So here it is, YouTube. I'm Roadhawk Wilson. As someone who has an anxiety disorder, I have to say that the common mindset in culture outside of the mental health society is that anxiety is all in your head, that it is a creation of the mind. And to me, this is something that seems absurd and seems to show that people don't really know what anxiety is and how it impacts the body. And what I often say is, of course, it's within my head. Of course, it is something that my mind creates, and of course, it. If I wasn't inside my head, how would I not have anxiety? Anxiety is essentially a disorder that causes everything and anything around you to become overwhelming, to become a state of panic and worry. Things that are not occurring can even become a panic of state and worry. However, if you do live with anxiety, I do have to say you're not alone. I am someone who works in healthcare, works with very high-end patients, and the key thing that I have to remember about my anxiety is it's manageable. If you're living with someone who has anxiety, the best thing I can say is separate yourself from their anxiety as best as possible. Don't add to it. Don't devalue it. Don't think of it as something more than them just being in their head. Because anxiety is beyond more than just being in your head. It's being encompassed by the world around you. It creates a cocoon of misery, fears, neglect, and anger, all kinds of things. And to acknowledge that anxiety is just a common thing that everyone has, yes, but to have an anxiety disorder is on a whole other level. Imagine trying to tie your shoe, but when you tie your shoe, all of a sudden it becomes overwhelming, it becomes terrifying, it becomes something that causes your heart to race, your brain to race, your hands to twitch, your body to become nauseous, your heart to palpitate. That's what it's like to have an anxiety disorder. So if you live with someone who has anxiety, who lives with anxiety, don't devalue that, because that experience is genuinely overwhelming for good experience. If you are someone with anxiety, know you're not alone. Yes, the majority of the world faces genuine anxiety, but theirs comes and goes. Yours comes frequently. You are not a freak. You are not a misfit. You are not someone who doesn't deserve to be with people because you have anxiety. You deserve to be with people despite that. Anxiety is a diagnosis, but any diagnosis can be overcome. I recommend finding for both sides of this. If you have someone you live with or know who has anxiety, or you live with it, find coping skills for both sides of that. Find a object, a idea that you can focus on that makes you happy. Practice meditation. Seek someone that you can talk to who will allow you to vent, but can help you to vent in effective and cathartic ways without becoming too angry. And don't allow anxiety to rule your life. That works for any side of any person. Your diagnosis is just that. It is not who you are. It is not the dominion over you. It is a diagnosis meant to be mastered. As someone who spends most of his day worrying about that, I can tell you simply having a thought in my head that I can go to that allows me to deal with that, especially having PTSD and anxiety. It's a wallop. But at the same time, I thrive. I run a business. I succeed because I have people around me who support me. I have people who fight for me. And I have people who understand that this is something serious. I know that I have a lot of people who don't, but the core people I talk to understand my anxiety, understand it's a life-altering threat that can lead to many different emotional states. So I recommend these brief glimpses at how to handle anxiety. I hope that you guys like this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you do, and I will see you in another video, my people. I know these are short videos, but they're meant to briefly educate, not to entirely educate. We will see you in another video. Bye.